He leads us all the way, playing proper football, the Sheffield United way. Ale, 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 ale.
Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to the Sheffield United Way. This evening, we're doing a predicted 11 for the away game against Southampton tomorrow night, Wednesday. It is at 19:45, and the reason why I said it weirdly like that is because I'm reading it off a web page. Also, we're going on pure vibes tonight because if you know me at all, I'm not somebody that's good going off pure vibes. Normally, I like to have the research plastered everywhere just to make sure I'm saying the right things. But we'll just see what happens tonight, won't we? Before I bring my guest in for the evening, Connor, I just want to give a big shout out to Dave and Angie, who are my friends with my in-laws. And I just want to show you what they've given me today. Look at that absolute beauty. Probably wasn't the best season, but you know, a shirt with signatures all over it is just incredible. And do you know what? It is framed perfectly as well. I remember, I'll just make myself focused again. There we go. I've framed shirts in the past and they are terrible. And that is certainly a professional one. So thank you, Dave, and thank you, Angie, for that. I really do appreciate it. Also, before I bring Connor in, I'm wearing a long sleeve Sheffield United shirt, which I haven't done since I was about 7 years old. So yeah, it looks normal, doesn't it? My wife doesn't seem to think so. She called me something that I'm not going to repeat on this stream. But yeah, she didn't think it looked that good. So let me know in the comments what you think to it. It's different. I'm a 38-year-old man, you know, posing as a younger man, shall we say. Anyway, let's bring Connor in and stop waffling. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate, but why are you lying to people? You're 58, you're not 38.
Wow, 58. You had a 20 year. That's wild. That is, at least I don't go like 28 or something like that. Some people do.
True.
Yeah, normally that's something that Haller do is like, I'm not 5'10", I'm six, no, not 5'5", I'm 6'5". That's what Hal usually does, embellishes, shall we say. Anyway, mate, we've both had a chat. We're both a little bit struggling after work today, struggling for time. So we are going just on pure vibes, aren't we?
We are indeed. We are indeed. Commitment to the cause, isn't it?
Exactly that. Exactly that. And the reason why I've been so busy at work today is because I am going down to Southampton tomorrow. I'm leaving work at 11, and I'm probably not going to be back until 2, 3 a.m., something like that. So that's going to be fun. And the fact that we lost 2 of our players to 3-match bans in the last game, that's also really fun, especially as one of those is our best centre-back and captain, Jaffet Tanganga. But that's the reason why we're talking about this today, because I think this is even kind of more imperative that we do a video like this when we've, you know, lost a few players. Riedewald obviously was injured in the last game, so we're expecting him to be injured again. But you know, let's see. Let's get straight into this before we because we'll talk about Southampton a bit later on, and we'll talk about their form and our form and things like that. But sometimes you got to throw the form book out of the window. But let's get into talking about this predicted 11 now, Connor. First question, because you've already let me know off stream what you think the formation's going to be. So, would you like to enlighten everybody else as well?
I've got a weird feeling that we're going to go for a 4-5-1, even though we're a little bit short on midfielders at the minute. I think there's going to be somebody involved tomorrow that's been a little bit of an outcast and that has been linked with a move away this window and will potentially be brought in to try and strengthen it up a little bit. But yeah, I think we'll go for a 4-5-1 because of the situation that we're in. Obviously, we've not got our captain, our best centre half. I think we're going to be, I don't want to say it because I don't want to wish it into existence, but I think we are going to be setting up for a point tomorrow. So I think we'll go 4-5-1.
Yeah, it's a weird one because when we played them at our place, both teams weren't particularly doing well. And it looked like, to me anyway, a top 6 match, if not a top 4 match, because both teams are really good. Southampton obviously took the spoils, and they scored one incredible goal from Ross Stewart. Yeah, I had Ross
Yeah.
McCormick in my head then, and yeah, I nearly said that. And obviously, we should have nicked it in the last few minutes with Sidney Peck scoring. Would have scored his first goal, and do you know what? That would have been better because the way he celebrated after scoring that disallowed goal was just incredible. Anyway, so let's talk about this game. So, Mike Cooper, we are expecting him to keep his place. You know, we haven't brought another goalkeeper in as of yet. We always mention that it seems like he's got injuries. And you know, I don't want to harp on about it too much because, you know, I'm sure Southampton's done their research anyway. But I won't like to give anyone any sort of reason to give him a hard time. But yeah, there's no way that Adam Davies plays in this game, does he?
No, you've got to keep Cooper in there because even though he is struggling with a couple of things, we don't know exactly what. We've got ideas of what he's struggling with. He is still the best goalkeeper that we've got at the club by a country mile. He's miles ahead of Adam Davies. He's miles ahead of Luke Faxon, and that's nothing against Luke Faxon. He's just not ready at this point. So yeah, it's got to be Cooper.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. The other thing that I want to point out that we seem to be on a bit of a delay, me and Connor, so you're gonna have to bear with us this evening. It might be my internet, might be Connor's. Connor says it's definitely not his internet,
It's
so
not.
he'll have to let us know after. Anyway, let's move on to the next one now. I was also saying to Connor that we can't really have much banter because we're going to be constantly talking over each other with this slight delay. So, yeah, like I say, bear with us. So, right back. You said in the last game you expected Keanu Hoover to play, and he didn't. Do you think he might get a start in this one?
Again, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I'd prefer Femi to be starting. But something that we have to bear in mind is, I know we're moving ahead a little bit. Hoover can actually play left back, and he has played left back for quite a few games at previous clubs that he's been at. So I'm not a fan of having right-footed left backs, and I wouldn't particularly want to see him out there, especially early on. I think we'll see him. We'll see him involved. He'll definitely get a few minutes, but I don't think he'll start. I think it'll be Femi.
Yeah, well, we might as well move on to left back while you're talking about it because there are rumours that Sam McCallum's not going to be fit for this game. However, Carl says if McCallum is fit, I'd put him centre back with me and Bindon. Now that is running away massively with this video. We don't want to be getting into centre backs just yet, but you know, we've got quite a few centre backs at our disposal. Not a lot that we trust in right now, but I'd certainly trust him over McCallum. So that's just my opinion. But if McCallum's not fit, I think Hoover might be a bit of a shout. You never know. But obviously we've got Burrows. You expect Burrows to start there if McCallum isn't fit. So yeah, we might as well move on to talking about the centre back positionings now. I'm expecting this to be at least. Well, I expect this to be Ben Mee and Tyler Bindon because we all know. I think it was Wilder came out and said he was ill. That's the reason why he came off. I don't know what illness he's got, but you'd expect him to have caught up by now, and should be fine for this one. So I'm going Tyler Bindon and Ben Mee. What about you, Con?
I'm quite torn. It'll definitely be Bindon. That is 100%. Tyler Bindon will be playing tomorrow, but will it be Ben Mee or will it be Mark McGuinness next to him? I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to go Ben Mee because I think he will try and rush him back. With the amount of absences we've got, when Ben Mee is fully fit and firing, he is one of the better centre-backs that we've got at the club. Me and Tanganga would be my preferred choice. So I am going to go Ben Mee, even if he's not 100% ready and up to speed as of yet. I'm going to go for Ben Mee.
Yeah, it's funny that in the last game, people were so adamant that Bindon had to play at the side of Tanganga just after that Mansfield game, because we all know Ben Mee had an absolute shocker against Mansfield, but before his injury, there's no way anyone would have said, "Oh, put Tyler Binden in over Ben Mee." So I'm happy with Ben Mee playing centre back with Binden tomorrow. I'm not a massive fan of McGuinness, even though he's huge, and I like the fact that he's defends really well those aerial balls into the box from corners and free kicks, and certainly. When we were, backs against the walls at the weekend, and all we could really offer was like one long throw into the box and maybe a cross into the box. And all you see is Ben Mee, challenging for that ball on his own because we've got no other big men. Who knows? I don't mind a big man at centre back in those situations. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think we're both agreeing on the two centre backs for this one. So we'll move on in to talking about, let's go defensive midfield first and foremost, because Tanganga Riedewald missed the last game. We assume that he's going to miss this one as well. You never know. Wilder might be holding one back and, not wanting to give too much away. But I think I'm expecting to see Arblaster and Peck playing centre mid together. Neither of them are really defensive midfielders, but, needs must right now, I guess.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree. Well, I say I'd agree. I'm going to go for a little bit of a rogue one. So my 3, because obviously I'm playing a 4-5-1. I'm going Matos, Arblaster.
I wondered if that were the man.
And Gus. That's the 3 that I'm going for. I think we're going to have to pack that midfield out. I don't think he's going to want to rush Sidney Peck back too quickly. I don't think he's going to want to be starting him as of yet. I might be wrong, and I do want to see Sidney starting tomorrow if he is definitely fit and he's not going to aggravate the injury or anything from coming back and playing too much too early. But I've just got a horrible feeling that it's going to be Matos, Arblaster, and Gus as a midfield 3.
That's a very small midfield as well, isn't it?
It is. It's tiny. The only person that's got a little bit of bite about him in there, well, Gus has got some bite, but he's not defensively solid. I think he does work a lot harder than what people give him credit for, but he's not a defensive genius, let's say. Matos is supposed to be a defensive midfielder, but we've not seen the best of him as of yet. So I think... Oh, another thing that has also put that idea into my head, there were a couple of pictures that got put on X earlier from the Blades admin team, and it was... I can't remember who it was. I think it was Sariki in one, and then the other one was Matos, and they were both individual pictures. So, like I said, rogue one, and I don't want to see him play. I'll be completely honest, but I've just got a weird feeling he's gonna start tomorrow.
For those that are listening on podcast, Hal's just put a comment up saying Connor picking Matos is a madness. He'll be off if we get any half decent offer. Matos is the least Sheffield United player who's ever played for Sheffield United. Offers so little. No need for that, Hal. No need to be attacking his height. Oh, you mean he doesn't offer a lot? Fair enough. I don't hate that, and I love your detective work looking on social media, because that, when you said it, first of all, I thought he's lost his mind. But then I thought, do you know what? That actually sounds like it could be a thing. However, I can't imagine Wilder's going to be saying to the media team, Can you put a picture up at Matos because he's starting in this game?
Yeah, but, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist though, so I've got my tinfoil hat on.
Do you know what? It reminds me of those days when United used to put up social media posts and start them with a letter, and it spelled something out. I can't remember which signing that was, but then after that, everyone was looking for that. Everyone was kind of like piecing it together, and I think when Tom Cannon was signing, everyone was looking at that as well. And then there was I think Arblaster was taking pictures with a Canon camera and stuff like that. I love all that sort of stuff. It's fantastic. And obviously you do too. So I'm going to go with, I don't know now. You've kind of swayed me on Matos and packing the midfield. I didn't think I'd ever say that. I'll go with what I was going to go with. So I'll go City Peck, Ollie Arblaster in the middle together, and then I'll go. I think it still has to be on. It might. Do you know what? I can imagine Wilder going to Heath Chong in this game. I'll be honest. So I'm going to say to Heath Chong just because I'm going to try and predict this as the title says. And then it could even be Harmer on the left for me because I don't know, he throws curveballs in every now and then, but it should really be O'Hare. O'Hare should definitely be starting in this game. And especially he's going to have a bit more bite to him, O'Hare, in this game because he got brought off unjustly in the last game, obviously, when we went down to, I think it was 9 men at that point. But yeah, he didn't look too happy when he came off anyway. What about your wingers? What's the plan?
You know what? I've completely forgot about Callum O'Hare, so I've got to fit him in somewhere now. So I'm going to have him. So I'm going to. He doesn't really play on the left. And then, you know what? You might be onto something with Chong. I want it to be Brooks, but you might be onto something with Chong. I'll go Chong because we're good. This is going to be an awful lineup in it. It's going to be top 10 worst Sheffield United lineups of all time.
Do you know what? I could even see Wilder going Sariki right mid and Hoover right back and going full defensive. imagine that. Imagine those on the right. McCallum's fit and he plays McCallum and Burrows on the left.
Oh,
just
yeah.
We ain't got Tanganga. Let's just go full on all out defense.
Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't put it past him. I think tomorrow's pretty much a throwaway game for me, I'll be honest. I'm not looking forward to it much at all because of the situation that we're in. We've still not managed to get any signings through the door since Hoover. So if we do get a point tomorrow, I'll be quite happy with it. I'm not going to lie. With the options that we've got available, a point would be an absolute dream.
Yeah, it's weird because we've still got some incredibly talented footballers. Like we've been scoring goals at will, and yes, we've lost our defensive destroyer in the midfield, and we've lost our key centre back, but we've still got some really, really talented players going forward. And actually, when we look at Heath Chong, Andre Brooks is probably better going forward and going backwards. So, you know, why would you play Chong? But we'll have to wait and see. But Wilder does love playing Chong every now and then, throwing him in there for sort of 60 minutes and then bringing Brooks on for a bit more spark. So maybe that's the plan in this one. And then finally, I'll throw in my two strikers. I would actually go Bamford and Campbell just because I want to see Campbell play his way into form. I want to see more from him. And I think Bamford really gets the best out of everyone. So if we're going to get the best out of Campbell, I think that he's got to play up front with Bamford. So what are you going for? You've only got one to choose from. So Ryanone?
Yeah, definitely. Louis Marsh. Oh no, he's out on loan. Yeah, it's got to be Bamford. He's best striker at the club. So simple as that. It's when he's fit, he is the best striker at the club. He offers the most to the team. He's the most complete forward at the club as well in terms of what he can do in all areas. Yeah, Bamford all day long.
Yeah, it's got to be me, hasn't it? So yeah, we've reached that part of the show when we've kind of picked our team. We won't go through them again. We've already kind of gone through them, and you know, we've thrown a lot of stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Because if he does play two left backs and two right backs, then I'm gonna have egg on my face because I really don't want that to happen. But you never know. So going into talking about Southampton, you've already mentioned that you'd love a point. Are you worried about Southampton? Do you think they've got enough to really, really kind of stick it to us and put us to bed?
Based on what they've been doing since Eckert took over, I think they've only won 2 in 10. No, but based on the quality that they've got throughout that squad, they could quite easily come out tomorrow and stick 6 past us, and I wouldn't be surprised. So it's that kind of game. It is genuinely anybody's game. I could see us maybe nicking a 1-0. I could see Southampton sticking 6 past us. I could see it being a 0-0 draw. No, scratch that. Not a 0-0 draw. We definitely concede tomorrow. I could see it being a 1-1. Literally any result wouldn't surprise me tomorrow apart from a 0-0. That's the only result that would surprise me.
Yeah, I still don't think we've drawn away from home, have we? In the calendar year it was in 2025, I believe it was, and still haven't. So a draw's not likely, but anything can happen in football. It's just I find it wild that Southampton are only a point in front of us, but we have had really, really good form as of late. But yeah, they've not won in the last 5, Southampton, and that is for the team that they've got on paper, they should be firing up that division. And against us, like I said earlier on at Bramall Lane, they did look like that team, and I thought they were going to be in the top 4 by the next time we played them. And they've been really poor, haven't they?
Yeah, it's again, I think very similar to like what a Leicester, the situation that Leicester are in. They've got all the talent, they've got all the capability to be able to push up the league, but it just doesn't seem to be clicking for them. There's and that's been the case for a lot of the so-called big hitters, if that's what you want to call them. At the start of the season, the only one that started firing as of now is Ipswich. Obviously, Coventry had a fantastic start. They have stuttered a bit recently, but they have got themselves into that good of a position. They should be absolutely fine now. But a lot of the teams that you would have expected to be up there this season are just nowhere near it, and you're just waiting for them. We've said it quite a lot. Just wait. These next couple of weeks, we're going to start climbing, and we have had our climb. But have we maybe plateaued a little bit now? Potentially, I don't know. Genuinely, this league could end up. Team could still end up getting in the playoffs, and I wouldn't be surprised. So, really strange season.
I know. Yeah, it has been really strange, and it's looking like Ross Stewart's going to be fit for this game. He obviously scored in the last game, but they did lose at home to Hull. And I'm not saying that Hull are a bad team at all, but Southampton should not be losing to Hull at home. But yeah, it's I hate Ross Stewart in a good way, because I think he's a really difficult player to mark and handle. And I'm going to say Ben Mee's probably the best man to grab hold of him, but he's got way more pace on Ben Mee. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, because
is he not still injured?
I was told that he's going to be fit for this game, but I don't know. In the last game, he came on and scored.
Oh, God. Oh, he's such a nightmare to play against. He's very much Bamford-esque in terms of the way that he plays. He can hold the ball up. He can shoot with both feet. He makes the runs that he needs to make. Oh, he's going to score tomorrow, isn't he?
Well, the predicted lineup that Flash Score's gone for, I'll just bring it up in a second. They've not got him in the team, but that doesn't mean anything really. I'll quickly just run through the team that Flash Score's gone for, because obviously we're not Southampton fans. We're not going to be great at predicting their 11. Oh, great! It's not showing me now. That's good. It showed it me on my phone, but it didn't show. It's not showing me on online. But yeah, he certainly wasn't. Hey, here we go. So they've got Peretz in goal, Howard Bellis. God, I forgot Howard Bellis played for them. I really, really like him. Wood, Quarshay, Fellows, Downs, Janda, Manning, Azaz, Sainza. I think that's how you say it. And then Adam Armstrong up front. So yeah, it's a decent team on paper, as we said. I just don't want to see Ross Stewart. I think we can look after Adam Armstrong, but Ross Stewart is just such a handful. And I think we were linked with him when we went up to the Prem, and I'm thinking he's not a Prem player. And I still don't think he is a Prem player. I think he's going to be one of them that's round the top of the Championship for practically all his career. But like I said, he's such a handful.
Yeah, he is. But just listening to them names that you've just reeled off, and then you've got a name like Cameron Archer that's not even been mentioned as of yet. You look at the quality of strikers that Southampton have got: Adam Armstrong, Ross Stewart, Cameron Archer as your 3 Championship strikers, and be up there as top scorers for the season if they were the main number 9s in their team. So the firepower they've got is outrageous.
Can I just play devil's advocate for a second? Because I wonder whether other teams, maybe not Southampton because they've got a decent strike force, but look where they are. They're only a point above us. I reckon other teams look at us and think, look at them. They've got Patrick Bamford. He's banging goals in. Tyrese Campbell was fantastic last season. He's a great striker. They've got Tom Cannon. He scored loads of goals for Stoke City last season. And, they look at it kind of on paper because they don't watch us week in, week out like we watch our players week in, week out. So, like I was looking at the Leicester team a few weeks ago, and you look at Winks and Co, and you're like, wow, they've got an incredible team on paper, but it doesn't always translate onto the pitch. So, yeah, I know when they played us at Bramall Lane, Stewart scored an absolutely fantastic goal. Armstrong played well. They looked like a proper team. But, they've not won in 5. So I think that speaks volumes, really.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, we're just talking about it in theory. Like, we're the squad that we've got, we should be a lot higher up than what we are. We're not, but we have got a good squad on paper. There's a few players that, no, this might be a bit harsh, but overrated. That it is overrated players in the squad. And it's maybe Southampton are in a similar situation, and they're looking at it and they're thinking, oh, why are people mentioning these players as good players when they are far from it? Because they watch them every week. So
yeah, it could be true. It might be absolute nonsense because we'll only find out tomorrow night when when 1945 hits and we kick off the game. But I think we're going to leave it there for this Predicted 11 match preview, shall we call it? So thank you very much, Con. Really appreciate you jumping on and having another chat with me. I like doing these because you get to talk about the players a little bit more. You're not rushing from section to section like you do with a match preview. So let us know in the comments if you like this sort of like more sit down, relaxed chat about players and the opposition and stuff like that, because I'm quite enjoying it. What about you?
Yeah, it's definitely an enjoyable form of content. I mean, I've moved my work schedule around to be able to do this because I'm such a good person, aren't I, Nicholas? I am.
You are. You're a fantastic man.
But yeah, really enjoy it, mate. I love coming on channel. You know that.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. Right. And thank you. Hopefully the Blades pull it off down on the South Coast. And, because we don't want to see 2 defeats in a row, do we? So fingers crossed for the lads and up the Blades.
Stop.
He leads us all the way, playing proper football, the Sheffield United way. Ale, ale, ale. Ale, ale,